Hi everybody and welcome back to Borderlands Today. So today I thought I'd speak about, is it worthwhile buying new build properties, okay, over a more established one that may have been built 20 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, whatever it is. Okay, so is it actually worthwhile doing it? Because the reality is, I've always had the belief that a new build is more expensive, but are you getting value for money at the end of the day? So let's take a look at it. So I live in Hampshire, down here on the south coast. So the average property price of a new build house, okay, just been built by a property developer, is £472,000. That's the average price. I haven't looked around the rest of the UK, but in Hampshire, 472. Now, for a more established house, okay, one that's already been built, may have had a few owners, you know, however old it is, okay, the average price is £382,000. Okay, so the thing is, why is it more expensive? Because on average, if you generally look at them, the houses tend to be smaller. Okay, if you say, for instance, look at a 4-bedroom. I live in a 4-bedroom house. Okay, they look nice from the outside, but when you get inside, you are generally going to find, as a general rule, you're going to have a small garden. You're going to have smaller rooms. Okay, so what are you actually getting for your money? Because yeah, they look absolutely wonderful from the outside. If you look from the back, they look great. And this is what it boils down to. Okay, one, they're going to be more energy efficient. There's no argument about it. They are. You know, you're going to have them packed in the loft with all the energy efficient loft insulation. You're going to have more modern double glazing. You know, if you take, for instance, my house as a classic example, you're going to have a wider door, okay, designed to make it nice and easy if there's any disabled people in the house. Okay, you're not going to have, you know, I've always worked in the home improvement sector. People will say, oh, just base it on an average size door. More new builds don't have that, and there's no such thing really, to be honest, as an average size door. Okay, they tend to be wider, so you don't have to worry. So if you do have anybody disabled, or you've got visitors that are disabled in wheelchairs or anything like that, you don't have to worry about trying to squeeze them through the front door. So that's the other benefit. A lot of new builds nowadays, they're going to have solar panels already installed on it to help you save a bit of money on your energy prices, because we all keep on complaining about electricity and gas prices going through the roof every single year. You know, they're going up all the time. Another benefit, okay, most houses nowadays, they're going to have driveways put onto them, so you don't have to worry about on the street parking. So with them parks, and there are lots of other parks, okay, is it worth it? And that's when I get a bit stuck, because in essence, I don't think it is actually worth it. You know, I've actually looked around where I live, and there's 2 houses up for sale at the moment. And this is the way I look at it. There's one about 2 minutes walk from behind my house. Okay, it's on the market at the moment, asking for offers of over £1 million. It was on the market last year. This is a 4-bedroom house. Okay, 4 bedrooms. It's 2 bathrooms. Big garden though, really big garden. Double garage as well. Okay, it was on the market for, I believe it was £1.1 million. Okay, as far as I went, had no offers. It's been on the market since at least last summer, but I can remember. Still on the market now. Now, From that house, there's another house on the market. About 5-minute walk from there. Not that far from there. Really nice house. 5-bedroom house. I think it's on the market with the same company as well. Okay, a lot older. So the first one's quite a modern house. The second one isn't. You're probably looking early part of the 20th century it's probably built. Okay, not gonna have any of the perks. You know, if you was buying it, you're probably looking at having to redo the double glazing. Probably looking at having to replace the door. Driveway looks like it needs to be fixed. Looks like there's pointing that needs to be done in the brickwork. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done on it. But it's on the market for 650 grand, 5 bedrooms. If I was having to pick and I had a budget, let's say for instance I had 1.3 million pounds in the bank, I'd pick the older house. To me it looks like a nicer house. Nothing wrong with the more modern one, it's a beautiful looking house. But if I had the money, I'd pick the cheaper one. My kids would be happy, they'd have a bedroom each. Okay, but that's not the reason. And yes, I would have the best part of £500,000 to get all the renovations done as well. So, obviously it depends what you want at the end of the day. And in that £500,000, I could still get solar put on. You know, what's solar nowadays? What, £5,000 to £10,000? I could easily get put on. Okay, so the reality is, it depends what you want at the end of the day. If you've got a big budget, what you're going to get with the modern day houses, you can go and get them as a general rule normally put into the older ones. You can get it done, and you're going to have to budget, and you can be able to shop around and get a better deal. So just because it comes with all the modern comms doesn't make it better. And I appreciate a lot of the property developers aren't going to like me saying that, but the thing is, with the older houses, as a general rule, there are going to be things that you're going to need to get done. Not always the case, but often it is the case. So let us know what you think. Are you actually better off getting a older house, or more one of the newer ones where you're going to have less work to do once you've bought it? So let us know in the comments down below, and obviously if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe as well. But for now, thanks for watching, and we'll speak to you again a bit later.